Welcome back, Tam Fam. At age 66, my next guest, actor Joe Morton, proved it gets greater later when he scored his first Emmy Award for his role alongside Kerry Washington in the ABC smash hit Scandal. It was the cherry on the top of an already celebrated career that spanned more than 4 decades and included blockbusters like Justice League, Terminator 2, and Speed. Well, now the acclaimed actor is reinventing himself as the host of a new show. It's called Inside the Black Box, which spotlights some of the most talented and influential Black artists in the entertainment industry.
Hi, I'm Joe Morton.
Hey, I'm Tracy Moore.
Welcome inside the Black Box. Class is in session.
Native. Forget the acting studio. I'm here with you guys.
There's the black role. You have 50% black and you're black.
Television and movies are the mediums of stereotypes.
They always try to pin me as a shady character.
Some people have never had a black person direct them. So I go into every job going, I absolutely cannot fail.
Sam Fam, please welcome Joe Morton to the show.
Hello, hello, hello.
Sir, thank you so much for being here. Have a seat. Oh my gosh, listen. I'm so excited to talk to you about so many things, but I've got to launch in with this show. This is incredible because it is so raw. It's so real. I mean, by the credits, I think they counted around 130 plus acting credits under your name when you Google. I don't know if you Google yourself, but it's like a flood just of all of these roles that you had. So from your perspective, you're able to bring the experience of it and also some objectivity, I think, because you are asking, why is Hollywood this way and why haven't we seen the changes we'd like to see through the lens of people who experience it?
That's right. I mean, we have everybody from Felicia Rashad to Raymond Simone, Omar Dorsey, Darnell Martin is on the show. And all of these people, they're not there to talk about their new movie or their new book or their new television show. They're there to talk about their experience in this business. And that means not only where we've been and the things we've had to overcome, but where we're going.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of the country, so yes, we had one black president, but his wife, Michelle Obama, now has a production company called Higher Ground. So that's how far we've come.
That is so true.
On Netflix, we now have an all-black Western, you know. These kinds of things never could have happened just 10 years ago.
Well, I mean, even your own career, getting an Emmy at 66, but also now being part of a show as unapologetic about its realness as this. I mean, it plays into what you're saying, how far we've come. 30 years ago, probably not be able to put that show on in its form that it is now.
That's right.
And your power in that it's come greater later in life for you has given you the power, the visibility, the credibility to be able to do this show.
You know, it's funny, it's kind of like your previous guest. There's something about getting older that gives you confidence.
Yeah.
That gives you a sense of, as she said, authenticity, of not wanting to sort of be what someone else wants you to be, but be who you are. And that's the kind of thing we're trying to give to these students. There we have anywhere between 45 and 60 students on camera. And we're trying to give them that idea of, if you know where you've come from, then you have a better idea of where you might want to go.
Yeah, I love it too because you treat it like a class. I mean,
absolutely.
It's a master class in life. Your mother did not want you to become an actor, which is not unusual. I mean, most parents say, "Are you kidding me? You want to do something practical?" But hers was even deeper. She felt like being an actor was setting you up for failure as a black man because of the roles, honestly, and sometimes the requirements that directors. You talk about in one of the episodes Tracy does about famous directors wanting black actors to be more ghetto.
That's right.
I mean, we remember the comedy spoof where I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, which was really based on the experience of black actors.
That's right.
And she wanted to protect you.
Yeah, her feeling was they would only let me go but so far.
Yeah.
So the other side of that story, of course, is then many, many years later, I do the lead in Raisin on Broadway. I'm nominated for a Tony. And my mother is on a bus on a Sunday after a matinee, and all these women get on the bus after seeing the matinee, and she hears them talking about me. So she makes it very clear that she is my mother, and she ends up signing autographs.
It was was my idea. I always wanted to do that.
Of course, of
It's
course.
great. So I know you also just wrapped, was it the first season of Our Kind of People?
Yes.
When I say it gets greater later, what is that defined as for you?
So Our Kind of People, for me, it comes from actually that there's a book, a documentary book about the so-called Black elite. These are people who have generational wealth. Most shows that we see having to do with Black families are usually deal, not always, but usually deal with generational poverty. So Our Kind of People, for me, was an opportunity to talk about something you never hear about, which is people who've had money since 1867.
Yeah.
I mean, the inkwell has been around since 1867. These are people whose backgrounds, whose history goes back that far.
Which is phenomenal you're doing this. I mean, you talk about the inkwell. I didn't hear about the inkwell until the 80s when Jada Pinkett did the movie Inkwell.
Right, well, I was in that movie as well.
I know. And so for me, it is so easy for us to forget the importance of it, but then as it gets greater in your career and later in your life and all of these wonderful things, you have the voice to bring it to life. And I think it's beautiful.
What's wonderful is that we not only just have interviews with guests, the students actually do improvs and they do theater games, and it does a couple of different things. One, yes, it's entertaining. Two, we actually talk about what they do so they learn something about it. And three, it gives them an opportunity to be on camera.
Yeah.
So somebody out there might see them and think, oh my God, I really like the way that person looks and what they did in terms of that particular exercise. Let's bring them on for an audition. So these folks who might not have ever gotten an opportunity to be in front of a camera, we give it to them.
I could listen to you all day. I just want to drive home with you in the audio. It's giving me life class lessons. Well, congratulations on this and phenomenal journey. Inside the Black Box is streaming on Crackle now.